Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual biddles. And today I'm going in on the power of your intent. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. The power of your intent. Ooh. This is a good one because most humans don't cultivate, develop, and master the power of their intent. Now, this is something I'm still working on too. I'm not trying to say I'm this intent master, but I'm working on it. Everything that I do, I work on. In my mind, I'm not a master of anything because when you feel as if you're a master of something, there's no more growth. There's no more growth. So I'm a student of my own intent. And what I'm telling you, what I'm sharing with you, is the level that I've reached. By no means is it at the top of anyone's level. This is just where I'm at with my intent. And I'm realizing that the more power of my intent that I share with other people, the faster it takes for the things that I intend on creating manifest in my reality. For instance, my books. Before I even start writing my book, before I even start writing any pages of my books, I have a strong intent in my mind that I'm going to write a book. I'm thinking about what I'm going to write, the book cover, how many pages, the chapters, the content. I'm thinking about all that before I even start writing. And even before I start writing, I start telling the world, yeah, I'm writing a book. It's coming out soon. Haven't started writing, but I'm telling everybody, yeah, I'm writing this book. It's going to be a banger, all this good stuff. And I use the collective consciousness of everyone else around me to fuel my own intent. And what I'm doing is I'm putting myself up against a spiritual wall. I'm telling everybody that I'm going to do something, and that makes me want to do it even more because I don't want to let people down and I don't want to sound like a fool out there. You know what I mean, family? Again, that's just something I do. Some people just do things without telling people and boom, they come out with stuff. You have to find what your power within your intent is or what level of intenter you are. Another thing with the power of your content, you have to choose. Don't get stuck into the thinking phase because sometimes the thinking phase may last years. You have to be specific on what you want. Me, I say, you know what, within the next 7 months, I want to have my book completed on Amazon and ready to be purchased. I give myself 6 or 7 months to do things. I put a deadline so I'll get some spiritual sense of urgency. If you just say I have a book coming out, no telling when that book is going to come out. But when you say 6 or 7 months, each month the clock is ticking. And your intent is going to modify the future probabilities of you writing that book, family. You know what I mean? Your intent could go two ways. Either it can go positively or negatively. A lot of people have strong will and a strong power within their intent in a negative aspect. There's duality within everything. I don't care what it is. There's positive and negative in everything you do. You can say, I want to get a new home or whatever it is you want. You can either fuel that intent or you can fuel it in an unfavorable way by doubting yourself. Having this poverty consciousness, I can't do it. No one else has done it, so it can't be done. Me, again, I like to go forehead first into things. I don't worry about if anybody has done it. I don't worry about if my neighbor did it next door. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do because I intend to do it. And that's the power within your intent. You have to challenge yourself. Hold yourself accountable to whatever it is that you want to do. Don't let fear get in the way. Use your fear. Use your fear. One thing that I've learned growing up in the hood and facing a lot of bullies, I had to learn to face my fears. And whenever I face my fears so much that when I go forehead first with my fears, I realize my fear wasn't as strong as I thought it was. Whenever I face my fears, I realized that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The bully, I go nose to nose with him. What's good, bruh? He kind of backed down. Writing my first book, oh, it's going to be this daunting feat. I've never written a book before. I don't have any authors in my family. It wasn't that bad. It was easier than I thought. So it's good to face your fears and get comfortable failing, family. You have to intend to get comfortable failing, because each time you fail at something, the next time you do that which you failed is going to be easier, and you're going to come at it with a different perspective because you've already overcame it once or twice. Whether you win or lose, you've already overcome that situation. So I really want you guys to focus on the power within your intent. One thing I want you to do is start daydreaming more, start manifesting more, start meditating more. All those are different words for the same thing. Daydreaming, manifestation, meditating, they're all the same thing. You're just using a different vernacular for the same thing. And when you're meditating, manifesting, or daydreaming, you're not waiting for things to happen. You create things. You just go. You make it up. Like me personally, this is what I do. I don't know about anyone else. But when I'm sitting there in the darkness, at first it just feels like I'm in the darkness. There's no depth perception. It's like a flat plane. And then all of a sudden I have this 360 view of where I'm at in nothingness. So that's when I know, okay, I've reached the darkness stage. Now I'm in this 360 view of nothingness. Where do I want to go? I don't wait and say, okay, when am I going to go there? I just envision myself moving through that three-dimensional space. You know what I mean? Once I start moving and manipulating, seeing all these shapes and little bitty dots, they're almost like little bitty colorful balloons. Again, this is just what I see when I close my eyes. A bunch of little bitty dots everywhere. Once I start manipulating those dots, making shapes, moving, creating portals and things like that, after I do that for about 10 minutes, that's when I start just being. I have an intent and I just be, and I let downloads come to me. Everyone's different though. That's just what I do. I've heard some people say when they close their eyes, they see white light. I haven't got to that level yet. I wouldn't mind being on that level, but that's not where I'm at right now. But that's the power of your intent. It's customary to you. One thing a lot of people talk about are these out-of-body experiences. You're already in an out-of-body experience, family. We're not really in the body that we think we are. Our consciousness is, but this is an illusion. And once you understand and ingest the fact and have an overstanding of the fact that you're already experiencing an out-of-body experience, you'll be able to have them more often. Every time you close your eyes and you daydream, that's an out-of-body experience. When you dream at night, that's an out-of-body experience. When you're meditating and you're floating in nothingness, all of that's out-of-body experiences. Again, there's different levels like astral traveling and things like that, bilocating and things like that. Those are different levels to out-of-body experiences, but ultimately we're already experiencing an out-of-body experience, family. So just putting that in your consciousness, the vastness of your reality changes. The abyss within your consciousness opens up for you. You'll be able to do more things because you realize that I have to fake it till you make it spiritually. You have to fake it till you make it spiritually, family. Eventually, all the faking will become being. It's just that simple, family. I really want you to start focusing on that. Like if you want to travel the places in your mind when you're meditating, fake it first. Just go there in your mind. Say, you know what, I want to go to Paris or something. And visualize Paris in your mind and go there. Eventually, that muscle of creativity will get stronger and you may be able to bilocate there. Again, I'm not there yet, but this is just what I'm working on. So I really want you to focus on your intent on things, family. I don't care what it is. If you want to intend on stop cursing, start holding yourself accountable to start using a more positive vernacular. Stop using negative guttural languages and things like that, family. Because if you haven't watched my video on the language of demons, if you haven't watched my video on the language of demons and how demons use curse words to help us, to coerce us into invoking their energy in our lives, you need to go back and watch that video, family. Again, if you choose to. If you're cool where you're at spiritually or financially or whatever level you're on and you're still cursing, that's you. That's you. I don't want you to think that you have to follow what I do to win. Create your own level of winning. Create your own chasm or plateau of what winning is and stay in that lane, family. But more than anything, I really want you to focus on your intent. What is it that you intend to do? What are you doing? What have you done? You know what I mean? Sometimes you can write 4 or 5 books and get complacent and not grow anymore. I'm always challenging myself to do more. Again, there's more people doing more than me, but I'm working on me. And I want you guys to do that. If you're watching this video and you just have a 9 to 5, you don't have anything else going on, you really need, like, after this video is over, you need to sit down in the dark room for 10 minutes and intend to create something. Because when you create something, you tap into the creator's essence within you, and it'll be easier for you to keep creating other things, family. There's a deity that gives you ideas, and your ideas is what currency is. Your ideas are wealth. So when you raise your vibration, you intend to be a winner, the deity of ideas will see you. Your resonance, your light will change, and he'll give you an idea. If you don't use it, you'll see someone else use your idea that he gave you. So on that note, family, I hope you got some jewels on the power within your intent. Start winning. If you haven't purchased any of my books, The Enlightened Talk, that book is guaranteed to titillate your frontal lobe. It's a book of metaphysical spiritual poems, family. I got some heat in that book. I have some heat in that book, family. Poverty Consciousness, my first Amazon best-selling book. I don't even say anything else about that book. It's a banger. People all around the world have applauded me on my literary feat in talking about my life experiences and how I overcame poverty consciousness. Wealth consciousness. Everything's in the title. Wealth consciousness. Dissolving your limitations. Everything's in the title, family. So I really want you guys to go out there and win, keep winning, and focus on the power within your intent and strengthen those muscles, family. So on that note, peace and love. You already know what I'm doing. I'm out here winning.